Well, hello everyone, this is Dr. T, and I just finished grading your first discussions, the one about George and the constellation of diseases. I just wanted to give you a little bit of face-to-face feedback. I typically write these out and send them in a form of an announcement, but I thought a video might be a little bit better. Make sure, let me talk about some little things and then the bigger thing. Everything was pretty good overall. Make sure that you use headings to break up your post. We'll get the little things out of the way first. That's easier to follow and it also helps you not leave anything out. But it's easier for your readers, your classmates, and me to follow. Make sure also, this is a biggie, if I pose a direct question to you in the discussion, make sure that you respond to that. It can be painful if you don't, so just make sure you respond to it. I'm not picking on you. What I'm doing there is I'm drawing out something I saw that was pretty good in your post that would help your classmates and even help you to think. Another thing is make sure you fulfill all the requirements of the assignments. It seems like we had we had a few that didn't reply to classmates. That's a huge piece of this assignment, so make sure that you do that. I believe it was 35 points of the 100. And then here's the last word of encouragement. Make sure that you don't overthink things. Now, in a prior life, in a galaxy far, far away, when I wasn't so follically challenged and had a full head of hair, I was at one point a certified public accountant. And I remember in an intermediate accounting class one day, we were doing an inventory problem, and the problem dealt with Christmas trees. Now, in those textbooks, they typically will use like a calendar year, January 1 to December 31st. And we were trying to calculate the value of the Christmas tree inventory based on which inventory method we were using. And our professor looked at it and he said, "What's the problem with this problem?" And no one could figure it out. I mean, everybody was giving all these abstract answers. And he said, "How much value really does a freshly cut Christmas tree have on January 1? And it kind of dawned on us, they're actually worthless because they're dead and you're not going to use them again until Christmas. So we were overthinking it. We were too busy trying to figure out which inventory method to use. So with that being said, some of you did a nice job of identifying doctrinal issues. But when you applied them to an 8-year-old, that was a little bit wanting. You overthought it. It's almost like, we're going to have children's. I don't know if in your church, but back in the old days, we would have like children's church or a little children's sermon where all the kiddies would come down front and somebody would sit down and teach them a lesson. Can you imagine the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds running down there and I'm sitting down there and Pastor Todd's going to talk to you today, boys and girls, about sublapsarian Calvinism. I mean, it won't work. So remember, you need to understand those key doctrines as your foundation. Okay? Like the Bible's true. Yes, it's inerrant. How does that help an 8-year-old with a terminal illness who's mad at God because God's unfair? So make sure you take into account development and those kind of things as you're trying to solve these problems, the application part. Keep things concrete, not abstract if you're dealing with an 8-year-old, for instance. Well, I hope this was helpful. Like I said, overall, I was very pleased. Your writing style's good. Everything looks pretty good. But if you have any questions, let me know. God bless, and I look forward to interacting with you again this coming week. Talk to you soon.